Hi guys, it's BN Golf. Welcome back to the third and final part of this 18-hole vlog at Gladal. In case you missed the first and second part, please go check them out. I will leave a link in the description and a pop-up during the video. As from this point, I trust that you checked the previous parts and no spoilers are given. We continue the quest for under par from the yellow tees at the 13th hole at Gladal. This is the shortest par 4 of the course and it is most definitely reachable from the tees. However, I wasn't feeling very confident with my driver, so with out of bounds and a water hazard on the right, I took my 3-wood, but, you guessed it, I kinda sliced it. Luckily we have stayed inside the boundaries of the course, as you can see right here. I have an approach left of about 64 yards from some thick rough and I will try to get it close. Despite the relative short approach shot I had left, I didn't quite manage to get it close to the pin. However, we are on the green, so a par should be on the menu. I have a good 40 plus feet left to the hole, so it will not be easy, but all that matters here is get the pace right and end up in a circle of about 3 feet around the hole. What you're going to see next is, in my opinion, one of the things I really need to work on. I managed to get the long putt relatively close, despite leaving it short, but these 2 to 3 feeters really need to drop 95% of the time, and as you will be able to see here, it won't. I will get some drills out for putting on the channel, as this is something I clearly need to get better at, and if I can practice it, so can you, so I will share my tips with you. Now it's time for the commercial. As you can see, it's BN Golf here. You can also find me on Instagram, and if you like the content I create, please leave a like and consider subscribing. And after that commercial break, we are down at the 14th now, which is a par 3 of about 144 yards and one of my least favorite holes on the course. Somehow, despite it being a relative short par 3, I always find myself in one of the greenside bunkers. Guys, please leave a comment down below and tell me what your least favorite hole at your home course is, or even your least favorite hole ever. I'm interested to know which one gives you the creeps. So, after that horrible 3-putt on the previous hole, we are back to even par and should try to take advantage of this short par 3. Let's see if we can really do it, or that I end up in one of the greenside bunkers once more. Surprise, surprise, I found sand again. Usually I find myself on the other side though, so I'm not really used to this one. However, for a shot like this, I just want to make sure that I am on the green. Being close to the flag is a bonus, but since there is some elevation in front of me and not much green to work with, I prefer to hit it a bit harder and make sure it lands on the green so I can make a putt for par. So, as you can see, I succeeded in my goal to get the ball rolling on the green, and I have this left for par. There's a bit of sloping from right to left, but nothing to be really worried about. It will really come down to getting the pace right and hope for it to drop. And it does drop. Agreed, there's always a hint of luck involved with longer putts like this one, but this one really felt good and felt controlled when I hit it. Thanks to that long par putt on the previous hole, we are still at even par and onto the 15th. I'm starting to believe in a happy ending of this 18-hole vlog where I try to break par from the yellow tees. However, we do have some challenging holes left, starting with the next par 4, which according to the stroke index is the hardest hole of the course. Even from the yellow tees, it's almost 400 yards long and it has a pretty hard and difficult dogleg to the left. That shot felt good, and it had a good trajectory, so I should find myself in a decent position to attack the pin. As you can see here, I just missed the fairway, but given that the rough isn't really long, I should be able to get good contact with the ball. I have about 153 yards left to the flag, which is located in the back of the green. Since this is a very narrow green, I will just try to aim for the center and take home a 2-putt for par every day. Guys, if you like these type of vlogs or are looking forward to seeing other golf related content from me, please consider subscribing, you will have my eternal gratitude. So, as you can see, I just missed the green as well and have a good 50 plus footer left to the hole. Despite that it's a pretty long distance, I choose to putt it because I feel more comfortable with a putter on these type of shots than with a wedge. Again, all I'm looking for here is to get it as close as possible to the hole. Anything within a 3-foot range around the hole I consider to be great. And as you can see, I got it in my circle of trust. All I needed here was a quick look at some minor sloping and then just make the putt for par. Trust the view, trust yourself and put it in the hole. After that solid par on one of the most difficult holes of the course, we find ourselves at level par with only 3 holes left to play. The next hole is the longest par 3 at Claddaugh. From the yellows, it plays at as long as 215 yards. The green itself is tiny and surrounded by bunkers on the right and left. I usually tend to slice it here, a little bit to the right, and leave myself with a short chip to the green. However, we're gonna try to get it as close to the green and preferably on the green as we can. Unfortunately, as perfectly shown by that shot tracer, I did what I usually do here, so I ended up right and short of the green. However, if I manage to get the distance right on the next shot, I should be able to get it relatively close and have a go at saving par. As it bounced up and over the little hill, I got pretty lucky and ended up close to the flag. We can even say that I ended up near my circle of trust and should be able to hold this one to get away with par again. Alas, I think I got a bit nervous so close to the end and I just missed that hole for bogey. So with 2 holes left to play, we are at 1 over. The 17th hole is a par 5 of about 482 yards. From the yellows, you should be able to get there in 2 if you have a good tee shot. As you can see from the shot tracer here, I am back at my slicing game and find myself all the way onto the right, leaving myself with a long approach shot from the rough. With 195 yards left to a tiny uphill green, I could try to lay up, but I'm trying to break par here, so I'm definitely going for it. As I duffed my shot a bit, I lost quite some distance and find myself playing in the sand once more. It's starting to feel more like a beach holiday now, just missing a nice temperature and some swimming shorts. I have about 50 yards left from the bunker, which means I will just try to get the ball landing in the middle of the green so I can 2-putt and walk away with par. I did what I wanted, just ended up a bit too far. However, I'm always happy to be able to putt for a birdie. Guys, please do repair pitch marks on the green, even if you spot some that aren't yours. This keeps the greens nice and tidy for everyone. At this moment, I'm not really sure what was going through my head, but I think that I had a minor breakdown, just focusing a bit too much on making birdie to get back to level par and give myself a chance on breaking par on the next hole. Again here, I repeat my putting mantra of the circle of trust. It's a pretty long putt, so all I care about is getting my ball inside of 3 feet of the hole. Which, as you can see, I do successfully. At this moment, I'm not really sure what was going through my head, but I think that I had a minor breakdown. I was just not focusing enough on making that par and already thinking too much about the next hole. Guys, always focus on the next stroke, the rest will come later. Because due to my lack of focus, I missed this par putt and we end up at 2 over with 1 hole left to play. Bye bye breaking par ambitions. However, I still have a chance to hole out from my next approach shot to get an eagle, although these chances are pretty slim. So the 18th hole at Cladal is a par 4 of 369 yards from the yellow tees, and as you can almost see, we will end up with an approach towards the little castle next to the last green. The first objective though is putting my ball on the fairway so I can have a decent try at getting close to the pin with my approach shot. You can call that another objective failed. I find myself in quite some trouble, but will definitely give it a go and see where this bravery gets me. Because if you will see soon, golf sometimes rewards the brave. I'm about 186 yards away from the pin and will have to cross a creek and some bunkers in the front left and right of the green. Hopefully I can pull this shot off. I was really happy with that swing and contact, given my lie and the trouble I was in. And despite missing the green, my distance was spot on. Always try to remember some positives as well, guys. I also will have a very short chip to get close to the pin. And as promised, golf sometimes rewards the brave and stupid. My chip rolls in for birdie and I end my round at 1 over. I didn't break par, but I was very happy with my round in general and can take away some new positives and some points to work on. Guys, if you like this type of vlogs, please do leave a like and consider subscribing, as I will definitely be posting more of this golf related content. As for now, see you next time.